Hello, hello, hello! What's going on tonight, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see y'all. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. What's up, Naya and Hunty and Awesome Dude? Being first, like usual. Oh, how goes it, everyone? Stevie, Buffy, Valoopy. Good to see everyone. So this is a deck from the GP this weekend. What's up, Gay Unicorn? Welcome. Oh, there's Richard. Why is this not Blue-White Panharmonicon? I can't play Panharmonicon every single stream. We play it like once a week. Actually, the main reason I didn't play Panharmonicon tonight is that deck is super similar to the Blue-White Panharmonicon deck we already played and already did highlights of. We played the Blake gosh, I'm going to butcher his last name. Blake from Wizards. Let's go with that. The Blake from Wizards version. And the deck that Seth played and the rest of his team played was very much like the version we played on video. So I didn't want to just do it again. And plus, if Panharmonicon is one of my favorite cards, Metallurgic Summonings is also on my list of favoritist cards. Richard is always lurking. Welcome, Richard. D-Many, good to see you. The Squid Labs, Little Planeswalker. Yes, Richard is back from his vacation. Oh, and before we get to anything else, let's talk about this right now, because I've been talking about this for a while, hinting at it, some sweet new merch, and this is it. If you haven't seen it already, MTG Goldfish sleeves and deck boxes are now in stock. They're now for sale. So if you want to support the site or just want to be fashionable at your next F&M or GP, you can pick them up. I swear that sleeves were probably the most requested merch of all. So many people have asked for these. So as you can see, $3.99 ships worldwide. So if you want some sweet MTG Goldfish sleeves or deck boxes, pick them up. They're pretty sweet. If I ever go to a paper tournament, I will definitely be rocking them. I think Richard can confirm, but I believe that they are made by Legion Games or Legion Supplies. And how many are in a pack, Richard? We have a new subscriber, NomNom22. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber, NomNom22. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think they're from Legion. Hopefully Richard can answer how many are actually in a pack. I would guess 50, based on my experience. Yes, okay, it's 50 in each pack. So, yes, I wanted to make sure I got that out there because you all had been asking about them, and they're pretty sweet. So, sleeves are around now. Of course, all the other merch as well. So, if you're interested, sleeves, tokens, now that Richard's back from vacation, they can be shipped out again. So, Baruda, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for Baruda. Man, I know I'm butchering that one. I went 10-0 with Mono Red Reckless Panharmonicon. Now, I'm pretty bad, but it seems excessive. Is the deck just that bad? Am I bad at standard? The deck, I said in the article that it's not one of the... Oh, Richard subscribed? Well, Richard, welcome to the Fishbowl, MTG Goldfish Richard, whoever that is. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. I didn't have Amazon Prime, and I signed up for it, so one of these days, when I can figure out how to be logged in at 2 accounts at one time, I will subscribe, and you all will have to cheer for me. Wheels 7403, the 2-month resub. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. So Reckless Panharmonicon is not one of the most competitive budget Magic decks. I don't think it is really an 010 deck, but it's more super cheap and different and fun. So why I think you're a little unlucky to go 010 it's not one of the higher end, most competitive decks. It's more like a really interesting concept and really fun idea that can be like somewhat competitive. But if you're playing it competitively, I wouldn't expect it to consistently have success. No. I was talking the mono-red Panharmonicon deck. The blue-white Panharmonicon deck was the talk of the weekend. It was made the top 8. It was super awesome. Stoneforge Mysticism. We're getting all the resubs today. Thank you so much for the 2-month resub. So welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big Scoops cheer for Stoneforge Mysticism. How did me and Richard meet or know each other? Through Goldfish, really. I was writing articles on the MTG Finance subreddit, and Richard, at the same time, happened to be thinking about adding content to the Goldfish site and reached out to me, and the rest was history. Vile Shrew, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much. So many subscriptions today. You all are super awesome. We're never going to get to this deck. We got to get, well, let's do the reminders. The rest of the reminders, of course. MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube. Mr. Dynamite, going with Kibler. Actually, that's cool. Kibler's pretty awesome, so I can't blame you for that. Kibler is a very entertaining streamer, so that is very understandable. So check out the replay YouTube if you're looking for old streams, and the merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, and of course, now deck boxes, sleeves, all that good stuff. So let's talk about this deck, get into a league, and then we can talk about sleeves, we can talk about Richard's vacation, we can talk about new cards from Ether Revolt. Super, super sweet. So we can talk about all that stuff after we get into our league, which should make things a little bit better. Where is the chat? Oh. Where? I see. I see. The chat layer was below something else. Alright, we'll get to the deck in just a minute. Let me fix the chat first. Overlay, you move up. I must have hit something wrong when I was setting up. Whoa, so many subs. When I was setting up that little advertisement for the sleeves. 2 new subs. I'm Petrich. Hello. Welcome to the Fishbowl. And Wilder Nakadal. Welcome you both to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for both of you. Thank you. And alright, let's talk about this deck. So this is, the subs just keep rolling in. Fiction 7N, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you. So this deck is the new take on Metallurgic Summonings. Was played at the GP this weekend. Can I locate my Prime Sum from an Android app? I do not know if that's possible or not, actually. So this is a new take. It's sort of like a deck we played on Much Brew About Nothing, but that was mono blue. This deck is blue-black, and it's sort of a controlling deck. Torrential Gearhulks, a little bit of counters, some removal, and Metallurgic Summonings is how we close out the game. So we kind of kill our opponent's stuff, then we resolve a Metallurgic Summonings, and that's when everything just goes crazy. Our Ruinous Pass come along with 3/3s, Essence Extraction, 3 damage, gain 3 life, get a 3/3. Our Glimmer of Geniuses draws cards and make a 4/4. It's so sweet. Confirm suspicions, investigate 3 times, get a 5/5 encounter or something. So I'm really excited for this. I believe the tokens from the celebration stream have been shipped out, so they should be arriving anytime. No Part the Water Veil, but I did not build this deck, so keep that in mind. This is from GP Denver this weekend. It finished, just missed the top 8, actually. So this is the build. I added the white bordered lands, because this deck is, it seems fairly high on the troll scale. High enough to have the white bordered lands. So Spell Shrivel is in the deck because it's easier to cast, and it's not often that much different than a Void Shatter. Paying 4 comes up sometimes in the very late game, but not too often, and it's much easier to cast. As far as the sideboard here, the card I'm really excited about is Contraband Kingpin. We're not really an artifact deck, but it's just a 1/4 with lifelink that clogs up the ground, makes it so it's really hard to die. Summary Dismissal for Emrakul, some negates, a bit of discard, some more removal. Flaying Tendrils, also good against vehicles decks and aggressive decks. And then Dynavolt Tower, which I think is to kind of keep Planeswalkers in check along with Ruinous Path. So we're going to run this through a league, see how it goes, hopefully win some treasure chests, talk about some spoilers along the way, and maybe, we'll see how long it takes, but maybe we'll get a chance to sneak in some Momir at the end of the stream, hopefully, because I know people really like Momir. Yeah, we'll do friendly. Try to win some chests. I like to play white border if the deck is somewhat trolly, and this deck feels trolly enough that I think that the white border lands can work. Alright, blue-black summonings, join league, play points. So, I don't know what's going on with Wizards. I will move the overlay over once the game starts. Thank you for the reminder, though. Because I have to, like, rearrange the chat that pops up, and I can't really do that until we're in a game. But I don't know what's going on with Wizards, but they're giving us spoilers like crazy. So I'm pretty excited for the stuff we've seen from Aether Evil. I wasn't expecting to see a whole bunch of spoilers until next month, really, like a month from now. And we're getting Mythics, we're getting Planeswalkers, so I don't know what's going on with Wizards. I'm pretty surprised that we're getting all that. Tree, I'm working on the Tree of Perdition, Triskaidekaphobia deck again. It's not where I want it to be yet, but I'm hoping I can get it figured out. I always promised everyone and myself that once the Painlands were gone from Standard, I would revisit the Tree Triskaidekaphobia archetype, because the Painlands were what made it really hard before. So we're going to give it another shot at some point, hopefully on Budget Magic, if I can actually get it to work. But we're not quite there yet, so you have to wait a little bit longer, but hopefully we get to it. The counterspell is awesome. I'm super excited for it. Tezzeret is in my top 3 Planeswalkers. Sorry, gotta give the hello and good luck to our opponent, who says they love the videos. Mage Cub, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Let's give a big Scoops cheer for our newest subscriber. So, yes. We will play first. Oh, goodness. Oh, deck. Deck. Alright, we got a mulligan. This is a little more like it. We can kill things. We got a Metallurgic Summonings. Yeah, they really didn't print any combos, new combos for Harmless Offering at the moment. We'll keep Anticipate. Sounds good. So, Swamp Go. So, the new counterspell looks awesome. Do I think there's anything to a Tree of Perdition Soul Separator deck? So we played a little one copy, I think, of Soul Separator in the Against the Odds deck when we played that, and it was fine, but I don't think it can really be the centerpiece of a deck. Punting already? Oh, can you hear the keyboard? I got a mechanical keyboard. Do you hear click, click, clicking? I love this mechanical keyboard. It feels so nice to tap on, but I was a little worried that it would be loud for streaming and videos. What did our opponent get? Blighted Woodland. Alright, so this is some sort of ramp deck. Let's play an island, pass the turn. We can anticipate. Oh, okay, good. No clicking is good. I don't even know. I bought it off Amazon. It was not like a super high-end one. I think it was like 50 bucks. And I definitely like it better than my old keyboard. The other thing is, my old keyboard, the E key started sticking, and it was driving me insane trying to write articles. E is a key I learned that you actually have to type very often. You hit that key a lot, and when it doesn't work, it makes things really bad. Alright, well, we'll take Ether Hub. Work towards this, Metallurgic Summonings. Probably don't need more Grasp of Darknesses. What about Heart of Karen? What about the price? What about the hype? That's a really interesting card. It looks really powerful. If you just look at it, it looks really strong. The problem I see with that card is it's legendary, and it's actually likely just worse than Smuggler's Copter. So I think that'll be the question. I imagine it's like... I imagine that card doing two things. I don't know. There were some mechanical keyboards on Amazon that were like, I don't know, $1,000, $500. So I don't think that $50 was a lot for a keyboard. Yeah, Crew 3 is a lot. So yes, I'm getting distracted. We're talking about that Mythic. So I think that it could be very good in a Planeswalker deck. It almost made me go out... The spoilers almost made me go out and buy Saheeli Rise, because we saw a lot of things referencing 3 mana, and we also saw that card, which works really well. If you play that on turn 2 and play Saheeli Rai on turn 3, that's actually pretty powerful. Oh dear. Is this an Hedron Archive? Okay. Against my better judgment, we are going to counter that. That's just so much mana. Alright, let's Sunken Hollow. Yeah, I'm excited for this deck. I just really love Metallurgic Summonings. So now we're hoping to just draw a Glimmer of Genius, and things should be awesome. So I think that card is good as like Smuggler's Copters 5 and 6 maybe. Maybe you play 2 along with Copter. But I think like red-white vehicles in those decks will still play Smuggler's Copter. In Super Friends decks, I imagine it being played because it's very good at defending. It's easy to crew with Planeswalkers. That seems to be what they're pushing for with that card, is not so much you're going to crew it up, as much as you're going to use your Planeswalkers for the alternate crew cost. I don't know. I don't even know where Saheeli Rai would fit, but when I saw those spoilers, that was one of the first things I thought of was, man, I could see a Saheeli Rai being better after Aether Revolt releases than it is right now. Is non-budget blue-black key control good enough to take on competitive standard leagues? I would have to run it through some competitive standard leagues to know for sure, but the deck felt pretty solid in a lot of matchups. The question's going to be, like, is it better than, like, this deck or some other options that are similar? That's what we'd have to figure out. Why 2 different Ajanis? So one of those is from the Planeswalker deck, and the other one is from... So one is from the Planeswalker deck, and the other is from Aether Revolt proper. You can try messing with the settings, the quality settings, under the gear icon on the bottom. Sometimes that helps if you're having problems. Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed Lantern Control. I didn't know if people liked it. It wasn't one of the more popular ones. Alright, try key control. Let me know if you do better than 0 and 10. Mephitic51, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Oh, come on, not World Breaker. We don't actually have a... So is this green-red energy, but without any energy? It feels like we're just losing here. I guess we haven't drawn anything, which is frustrating. And we mulligan, so we're kind of low on action. But we're probably just going to lose to Chandra Ultimate here. I guess we could draw a removal spell for World Breaker. That works. That actually is very good. So do we... How much would it be to change over to this deck? Not too much. You pretty much run some black removal spells and some black dual lands, a few, and that's about it. This deck isn't very expensive, actually, so I think that it would be pretty easy to change over. So do we kill Chandra, or do we just kill World Breaker? I don't know what the right option is here. If we could haste in and kill Chandra, I would definitely kill World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this looks like the new builds of Aetherworks. This Blighted Woodland is throwing me off. Well, we can't kill both. I guess this should work. Let's kill World Breaker with Awaken. So, kill World Breaker, Awaken a land. Attack Chandra. If Chandra takes down and they don't have anything else, then our Construct will hopefully finish Chandra off. Yeah, if we had one more land, it would have been awesome. We would have just killed both. They can get the World Breaker back, but it's going to take them a couple turns. They got to sack a land, so I'm not too worried about it yet. They only actually have 5 lands. They are actually putting the Chandra mana to good use. Yeah, that's interesting. Blighted Woodland seems reasonable, I guess. Yeah, killing World Breaker is a short-term fix. Am I more excited for Tezzeret or Nicol Bolas? I'm a big Tezzeret fan, so I am more excited for Tezzeret, but I'm excited for Nicol Bolas too. So both, but Tezzeret more. Tezzeret's on my list of favorite planeswalkers, like the very short list, maybe top 3 planeswalkers. Ooh, Dark Salvation, that could be interesting. This might just be green-red ramp. We haven't seen energy cards, right? Other than Servants. It's not impossible that this is just straight up green-red ramp. Gearhulk would be a good draw here. Yeah, Spell Shrivel. I don't know. Our opponent has a lot of mana. Luckily, Emrakul isn't even that scary. What are they going to do on our Emrakul turn? Nothing too devastating. I like Tezzeret a lot. I also really like Venser is on my list of favorite planeswalkers. Oh, Mrs. Mulligan, thank you so much for the host. Another Hedron Archive. Alright, we got to let that go. We are not really getting anywhere in this game. Oh, my opinion's just wrong. Ooh, this is just ramp, isn't it? Well, we're going to counter this, because why not? Our opponent's going to exile stuff. Opponent's out of cards, technically. Oh, our top card was a Gearhulk, too. Yeah, I was a little disappointed that Venser died. Man, that Gearhulk would have been so good. They didn't exile a Metallurgic Summonings, though. Hey, okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3. How does this work? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't even cast it. They're just gonna get the World Breaker back. Wizards, why didn't you put Graveyard Hate in this format? Oh, what's up, Homebrew Dwarf? Little Planeswalker with the 2-month resub. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Are you gonna go on a banning spree, Stu? No, I appreciate all the Mrs. Mulligan people strolling by. Welcome to all of the people from Mrs. Mulligan's stream. Mrs. Mulligan, who recently beat me on video while I was playing Mono Blue Mill. Horribly. I'll tell you something. If there's one thing we learned about Mono Blue Mill, it's that it does not match up very well with Merfolk in Modern. Our opponents, considering if they want to spend mana on Kozilek's Return just to get it in the graveyard. Their answer is yes. I don't know how we win from here. I guess we can draw another Ruinous Path for Chandra. Torrential Gearhulk would be somewhat reasonable. I feel like we are in very, very bad shape, though. I don't think this is a bad deck. I think we've drawn pretty poorly, and we're in a really weird matchup. This is just like straight green-red ramp. That's not even a deck I knew existed. Alright. Well, there's the World Breaker. Yup. Hits our land. This is actually okay-ish. It's probably not going to work out, but now we can play Summonings, and it's possible that we draw into stuff to make tokens. There's a Glimmer, finally. Pretty far into our deck. I did go Ascetic. It was really sweet. It was cool to see everything ranked. I hadn't really seen it that way. I was also a little disappointed because it showed how bad I am at Commander Clash, apparently. No, that mill deck was... I really think it might be the worst deck I've ever played. And, whew. And I've played some doozies in my day. But Mono Blue Mill somehow takes the cake. I think that Vintage Kobolds was probably better than modern Mono Blue Mill. I could use a chicken fajita about now. Well, I mean, I knew what green-red ramp is. I didn't know anyone was playing green-red ramp. That's not as archetype I was expecting to run into. What do I think of the new improvise mechanic? I think it's going to be used by weird stasis decks with stuff like Winter Orb or just fringe play. Well, I mean, in Standard, we're going to have to see what we get. I don't know. We'll have to see what the cards actually look like. From the cards we've seen so far, I don't think you'd play it in weird stasis decks, but that doesn't mean there couldn't be a card with the mechanic that would be perfect for that. Do I have any ideas to make Mono Blue Mill work? So I don't think that it can, honestly. What do we do here? Alright, I guess we passed the turn. I'm feeling like we're just dead, but maybe that's not true. What's my favorite way to use Meandering Tower Shell? I don't know if I've ever actually used Meandering Tower Shell. Opponent draws some cards. EDH in a New York City bar? Sounds like fun. A good Tuesday night. Would splashing? Yes. I mean, that's the thing to do. The most competitive mill deck is either blue-black or Esper. So I think that's definitely what you'd want to do. As far as making straight mono blue mill work, cut the creatures, I guess, and maybe play removal of some kind, vapor snags. I don't even know. But mono blue mill is a pretty tough sell to make actual mono blue mill work. Is there anything more beautiful than Stasis, both art and cards? Stasis is pretty sweet. What's up, Warden of the West? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are we still in this game? Sort of? Opponent goes attacking. Okay, we take 5. We do get to Glimmer, which is good. Make a 4/4. Alright, so Glimmer of Genius. This has to be a really good Glimmer of Genius. Glimmer of Genius. Make a... Oh, Confirm Suspicions could be sweet, but we can't leave it up. Transgress, our opponent doesn't have stuff in hand. Let's put Transgress to the bottom, Suspicions to top, draw Sunken Hollow, and a negate. Alright, that's kind of reasonable. So let's murder the Oblivion Sower. Attack Chandra. Put Chandra down to 1. Maybe we're turning the corner here. I do really like Lantern. Lantern is so much fun. I know I'm in the minority opinion there, but for me, Lantern was a ton of fun to play. Opponent Zack's Bladed Woodlands. Get some lands. Hopefully if they draw something big and powerful, it's something that can be negated. If they draw another big creature, that's much worse. I feel bad for the player playing Mono Blue Mill. It's like the youths who met up in their Singer of Empire deck for modern tournaments. Yes, that is almost exactly what it was like. Oh, what's up, Arch? Yeah, I don't know. I know that deck is really controversial. Some people like it, some people don't. Do we just negate this and hope for the best? We get so blown out by so many things. Alright, we're going to negate this. I don't know if this is right or not, but we're going to do it. We're playing the deck from the GP, so I couldn't, I didn't really make any significant changes. Oh, goodness. Well, we guessed wrong. That was the bait spell. Opponent gets an Ulamog, and that is, I think, the game. Yeah, we're going to scoop. I don't think we can beat Ulamog there. Okay, so green-red ramp, eh? What is this world coming to? Oh, goodness. Huh, so what do we do now? Do we just, like, scoop this matchup? Can we not win? Twisted Nails! How goes it? When's the next time we get to see the best deck ever, Free Win Red? Well, that's another one that we'll have to play again sometime. I really like that one, but it's another one I try not to play too often. Because it's another kind of acquired taste type deck. Or, hopefully we'll get to play Momir at the end of the stream if we have some time, but I'm not going to just scoop. Dynavolt Tower's interesting. I think we did just have a really... We mulliganed and just really drew poorly. The question is, how much removal do we really want? Like, how many good targets are there? Go Kingpin aggro. We might be able to do Lantern Control at some point. It's really easy to upgrade the Mono Blue deck. You pretty much add in some Sunken Hollows and Choked Estuaries, and some Ruinous Paths and Murders, and you got the blue-black version. Yeah, I guess Grasp can probably go down. Do we want more negates? Probably more negates. Maybe this Towers? A tower. Go down to Murder for a tower. Maybe go down the Murders for towers. Maybe try it like that. Yeah, this looks fine. Do I intend to play a Jund list in Modern? We might be able to play that at some point. That would be like one of our tier decks, tier Thursdays. Yeah, Grasp down, negates up. Alright. I guess this is fine. No card draw again, but Transgress is probably good. What's my favorite? I mean, the only controls finisher in Standard right now is Emrakul. I don't even know if there's really a debate. So, Choked Estuary tapped, pass the turn. Yeah, Tower goes to the face, kills Chandra's. It might speed up our clock a little bit. Yeah, all the additions are pretty cheap cards. If you have the Metallurgic Summonings, it's not an expensive deck. Well, there's a Gear Hulk. Let's transgress. Get rid of a World Breaker. Ooh, nice to get rid of a World Breaker forever. This is an interesting deck. Our opponent actually has Rampant Growth because they have Ruin in their wake and Waste. This is spicy. The blue-black key deck is really fun. Black-red Eldrazi in Modern. Might be able to do that. Yeah, let's kill Sylvan Advocate. Pass the turn. Did I learn anything from Marvel Breach? Add 1 green Puzzle Knot, insta-win. Oh, the Marvel Breach deck was pretty rough, too. There's a Ruin in their wake. So our opponent, ramping. Gets a mountain. And passes. Come on, Glimmer. Oh, man, if we get blue mana, Confirm Suspicions is awesome. So good. So good. With Torrential Gear Hulk, it's just, like, absurd. So hopefully we draw blue mana, and I feel like we're going to be very far ahead. Come on, Island. Well, Ether Hub works. It's only one-shot blue mana, but it still works. We'll take it. Feeling better about this one. Opponent cracks Blighted Woodlands. Gets some lands. Plays a land. What did they draw? Three mana. Alright, we're going to counter that. Confirm Suspicions. Actually, do we just negate that? That might be better. Yeah, let's negate that. We can Confirm Suspicion something bigger. Ooh, another Ether Hub. So now we have Torrential Gear Hulk available too. The Black-Red Eldrazi deck came in 9th at the last Modern GP. I'll have to look at it. I haven't really seen it. Just cast one of the Kozilek's returns to get it out of their hand. Another Blighted Woodland. Alright, we're going to be patient. Pass the turn. We really just want to Torrential Gear, Confirm Suspicions into Torrential Gear Hulk. Also, drawing a Summonings would let us close out this game a lot quicker. No, we're in Game 2. Game 2 of Match 1. We lost Game 1 to some really big things. There's a World Breaker. Targeting, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, Confirm Suspicions, a World Breaker. Investigate, 3 times. We do lose our Blighted Fen. And technically we're a land short for Torrential Gear Hulk, which is bad. Come on, land. Alright, there's a land. So, pass the turn. We can Torrential Gear Hulk. We can also start cracking clues if we don't have to Torrential Gear Hulk. And hopefully this will get us to... Gets back World Breaker. Hopefully this will get us to a Metallurgic Summonings. Opponent has more mana. Here comes World Breaker. Thoughts on Frontier viability? I don't know yet. I'm very unsure. Going after our blue mana, so let's tap it. See if they resolve Kozilek's return. Our blue mana situation is going to be very bad. Alright, let's... Torrential Gear Hulk. Flashback, Confirm Suspicions. Counter the World Breaker again. And opponent passes. We have a new subscriber, Twisted Nails, with the 2-month resubscription. Big scoops here for the 2-month resub. Thank you so much, Twisted Nails. Alright, we get a swamp. Well, we might as well transgress the mine. Make sure our opponent has nothing. Oh, it's a Kozilek's return. We knew that. Get in with Torrential Gear Hulk. Put our opponent to 15. Pass the turn. So they can get back and keep casting their World Breaker. This is getting old, honestly. Opponent has Traverse. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, does this mean Ulamog's going to be coming next turn? Oh, they just get another World Breaker. So many World Breakers. There's the World Breaker. See what it targets. Oh, no. We can get our... Okay. This seems very bad. I don't know how we beat World Breakers every turn. Does not seem all that practical. This might be just a bad matchup for us. Crack some clues. Well, there's Spell Shrivels. Unfortunately, we have no blue mana. And a Summary Dismissal, but no blue mana. There's a Swamp. Alright, there's a Sunken Hollow. Pass the turn. Oh, welcome, Mad Zerano. What's our opponent have? Ruin in their wake, alright. Well, we might be able to counter them at some point. Unfortunately, Ruinous Path, 1, 2, 3. This is going to be interesting. Plays a land. They can just keep getting back these World Breakers. I was actually playing Standard at the time. Theros had just released. Didn't even know about Modern. Alright. Opponent gets in. We crack another clue. There's another Sunken Hollow. And a murder. Alright, so play Sunken Hollow. Pass the turn. The problem is... Is their opponent getting back World Breaker? Looks like. Yep, gets back World Breaker. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so we can Spell Shrivel a World Breaker. That's not bad. I think we gotta Spell Shrivel the first World Breaker. And save our Summary Dismissal. So there's World Breaker. Opponent targets are Sunken Hollow. So let's Spell Shrivel. Get rid of it once and for all. Whew. Yeah, we're going to lose a blue source, but I think that's okay. Hopefully we can draw into another one by cracking this clue. I would really like to save Summary Dismissal for an Ulamog if all possible, because Ulamog is way more devastating. Let's crack this clue. Negate. And then murder the World Breaker. We're fighting through. Other streamers doing a basketball game stream of all things? A basketball game stream? I'm so confused what that even means. So, pass the turn. So, what Ether Revolt spoilers are you most excited about? Here comes Ulamog. Well, this was good timing. There's a Ulamog. We get to Summary Dismissal. Get rid of Ulamog. Save our lands. We are staying alive We could use... Ooh, Glimmer. Alright. So play the Swamp. Pass the turn. Now, hopefully we can Glimmer into a Metallurgic Summonings and then maybe win. We have not found a Summonings yet. I'm excited for Tezzeret too. I mean, I know what basketball is, but how do MTG streamers do a basketball stream? They're like playing basketball or talking about it? Yeah. Alright, Pony has a Chandra. Luckily, we can negate Chandra. And I think we will. So, negate Chandra. Servant of the Conduit. Alright, we don't really care about Servant. Now we get to Glimmer. So we need Summonings and we need Torrential Gearhulks. Island to the bottom, Anticipate to the top. Another Ruinous Path. And an island. So play the island. Opponent has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. Does that mean they can... Well, I guess we can still counter it. 5, 6, 7. Let's just pass. Yeah, the other thing is there's a possibility our opponent times out. That's not how we were trying to win, but I think that that's okay. Heart of Kirin looks really sweet as well. We probably will have to go on the beatdown plan eventually. This turn, I want to get rid of this last World Breaker. And then anticipate, get another shot to find one of our big hitters. There's World Breaker. Well, we got through 2 World Breakers forever. We're down a game in our current match. So, Spell Shrivel, World Breaker. We lose a land, of course. I want to see a Tezzeret so I can make blue-black control even better. That sounds sweet. Opponent gets in for 2. Yeah, I always feel weird about the clock because it's not really like that in paper. Although maybe it would be better if there was more of a chess clock in paper. Well, let's take Anticipate. Man, we are having quite the time finding a Summonings. Anticipate. Oh. Well, now we take Torrential Gearhulk. Torrential Gearhulk's good. We might be winning this game. Transgress the Mind. Well, let's fire it off. Make sure there's not a Eldrazi in hand. Opponent didn't play a land. Alright, Appetite, get rid of that. Pass the turn. Now we can go Torrential Gearhulk beatdown. So Gearhulk, Flashback, Glimmer. I think we're getting there. And then we can Ruinous Path if we need to. So our opponent gets in, puts us down to 11. Yeah, I tried to record a league for Mucha Brew earlier today, actually, and I ran into Modern Infect 3 times in the league. 3! So much Infect. So, Torrential Gearhulk, Flashback, Glimmer. Yeah, we can find another Gearhulk, or something. I think we actually want to close out this game. Island to the bottom, island to the bottom. There's another Gearhulk. And island. So play the island, get in with the Gearhulk. Play a tower, pass the turn. And I'm feeling really good about where we're at now. Yeah, I don't know how you actually make a chess clock work in paper. I don't know if it's possible that it could be implemented, but I think that it could be a good thing if they could figure out a way to make it work. Oblivion Sower. Opponent's out of cards. Alright, so let's just Torrential Gearhulk for summary dismissal. And our opponent scoops it up. All right. Well, now this is kind of a time game. Our opponents only got 5 minutes, so not only do they have to beat us, they have to beat us really quickly, or they are going to be in trouble. So, yeah. As far as spoilers, I don't know. What do you think of Yanni's expertise? Is that card good in standard? That's where I'm at with that card. I know that card is powerful, but I'm not 100% sold on it being good in standard. Alright, let's submit. Run it back. We might get the time win here, actually. Alright, we'll try this. The sand isn't great, but it's reasonable. Alright, traverse the Uvenwald for our opponent. Gets a land. So one Ajani's from the Planeswalker deck. The other Ajani is from the actual set. I really am disappointed that they made them look so similar. I wish they were a little different looking. Because they're the same mana cost, same starting loyalty. I think that's not necessarily a good thing. Alright, pass the turn. So we're getting beaten down by Sylvan Advocate. We should be able to find removal at some point. Pia's Revolution is going to be a real thing. How do you use that card? I can imagine playing it. I'm not exactly sure where it fits. Oath of Nissa, okay. Yeah, the ability to put a Liliana into play, it seems very good in matchups against the vehicle decks. J Sweet, why would you be banned? I'm confused. The Convoke artifact mechanic does look really sweet. I'm excited to see what they do with that. Alright, let's take Torrential Gearhulk, play for the long game. We don't have to win as much as we have to make sure we don't lose. That's where we're kind of at right now. So we got to make sure we don't lose. And leaving up counters is a good way to try to make that happen. Opponent gets in. Plays a land. Well, let's anticipate. I wouldn't mind killing the Sylvan Advocate. That's getting annoying. Ooh. Well, we got to take Glimmer. Glimmer is too good to pass up here. Why? We don't really have to win. I'm not opposed to winning if we get the chance. Let's play Choked Estuary, Reveal Swamp, pass the turn. I kind of like this deck. It gets to play all at instant speed, which is nice. What's up, Marty Punker? How goes it? Down to 14. Opponent finds a Rampy land. Okay. Having our one summary dismissal and being able to get it back seems pretty good. Chandra, yes. Chandra is not part of our game plan. So, Spell Shivel Chandra. Play a Swamp, pass the turn. Sylvan Advocate is about to get big, which is annoying. Opponent finds another Bladed Woodland. Gonna get in for 4. Ooh. Down to 10. Oblivion Sower. Well, let's summary dismissal. Another Glimmer. Well, let's play Blighted Fen, pass the turn. See what our opponent does. I think we can afford to take one more hit, maybe. And see what our opponent does. We really can't afford them to get an Eldrazi down. And Torrential Gearhulk can flashback our removal. Do I think New Ajani will see much standard play? I think it'll see play in like specific archetypes, but I don't think it is just going to see broad standard play. Opponent plays a Servant. Ruin in their wake. Plays a Waste. Now let's Glimmer. To the bottom, to the bottom. That wasn't a great glimmer. We get a new subscriber, Mr. Bubbles. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Alright, let's kill Sylvan Advocate. Play a swamp, pass the turn. This does kind of put his shields down for an Eldrazi. There's a land. If they have Worldbreaker here, that's bad for us. If they don't have Worldbreaker, then we're back to being in pretty good shape. So opponent gets in, down to 4. And it looks like, of course, they have a Worldbreaker. Oh, not good, not good, not good, not good. Glimmer of Genius. Land to the bottom. Glimmer to the bottom. No removal. Another land. Well, looks like we're going to lose. Play the land, pass the turn. We are dead to a lot of stuff. Do I like this deck more than Key Control? Well, this is the first game I have played with this deck, so it seems sweet so far, but I don't really have much of a frame of reference. Opponent goes attacking. I mean, we don't have a choice but to fire off this Gearhulk for Glimmer. Glimmer of Genius. Negate to the bottom. Spell Shrivel to the top, I guess. I will say we're not very good at drawing into our namesake finisher. We do a lot of card drawing, a lot of cycling through our deck, and we're just not good at finding our finishers. Opponent has a Chandra, and being down a land means we can't counter it. Opponent ticks up Chandra, gets an Oblivion Sower, and that's the game. Well, that was a pretty disappointing turn of events. Well, alright. You can't flashback sorceries with Torrential Gearhulk. Would be sweet if you could, but we didn't really have another option of things to flash back. Oh, that game was really close. We were about a turn away. Seems like a tricky matchup because the opponent's deck can put a lot of pressure on our mana. What's up, Sniper? Alright, that seems reasonable. Yeah, we bought him to discard spell, but I don't think we could have played it. There's an Inspiring Vantage for our opponent. And Toolcraft Exemplar. Play the Swamp. Transgress. No double... Oh, wonderful. Well, yeah. That's not a good feeling. Well, hopefully we draw black mana. I don't think there's anything we would grasp on turn 2. I can't imagine a situation where we would grasp a 1-drop. I don't know if this is a bad matchup, but with that hand, it's going to be super hard for us to win. Toolcraft Exemplar into Smuggler's Copter, and our opponent has mono action. They have 2 lands in a million. Every card in their hand is castable. So it's going to be very hard for us to beat this hand. Double Thraben Inspector. Opponent gets in with the Toolcraft. Play the Swamp, pass the turn. Yeah, there's no real Wrass, unfortunately. Really wish we could get Hangerback Walker in Ether Revolt. That would be a cool reprint to see Hangerback back. Oh. The thing is, it seems like the card we have to kill is Smuggler's Copter, but maybe we just got to kill Toolcraft, but then we're gonna lose to Smuggler's Copter. Smuggler's Copter is like by far the most devastating card in this deck. Mono White Humans is cool. I mean, it's not my thing, but it seems fun. Yeah, I have a hard time imagining they were better off doing what they did rather than playing Copter, but... Alright, now we lose to Copter. This is a Metallurgic Summonings deck that is very bad at finding Metallurgic Summonings. Do I think Slide Shocking Crow is modern playable? I don't know what that card is. Slide Shocking... Should I know what that is? Is that a real thing? Well, but yeah, I mean, that is true. The Essence Extraction is a good answer, but we don't have it in our hand, unfortunately. Well, I was mostly referring to last game, Well-Wisher, where we went through half of our deck a couple of games and never found one. Oh, is this... Are you asking me about cards that are in other games that I don't know about? Oh... Alright. So, opponent discards the Selfless Spirit. What game is Slide Shocking Crow from? There's DePaula. Well, that's Glimmer. Well, I guess we gotta put both. Well, can we live long enough to double Gear Hulk? Next turn we take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we gotta find a removal spell. Alright, well, double grasp counts. I wish we had one more black mana, but if anything's gonna let us stabilize, this might be it. Black mana? Alright, Spell Shrivel. Alright, play the island, pass the turn. This might give us a chance. Drawing the double grasp there is pretty solid. What's up, What a Punt? Going pretty well. We're 0-1, but doing well. I think I put the summonings in here, Stitches. I hope so. Yeah, we saw their hand and they didn't have one, but if they drew into one, we're pretty much done for. What's up, Dinotron? I mean, Grasp of Darkness on Copter counters something into Gear Hulk, block something, kill something. That's almost like a build your own damnation. Pretty close to a build your own damnation. There's the Veteran Motorist. Well, we can just counter Veteran Motorist, though. I have not played Overwatch yet. Another Thraben Inspector. Well, I said build your own. It's not just a damnation. Our opponent has so many clues they're going to be able to crack. We're definitely killing this copter, though. Killing the copter, taking 4. And then we'll have to see. I would be happier if we could flashback this Glimmer, but I don't think we can. Using Heart of Kirin in Modern is a way to flip Garrick. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. Do we get the rest of Dwarf Tribal in Ether Evil? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more dwarves in Ether Evil. I did, J-Mac. That was very nice of you. You all are awesome, and I appreciate the support. That was pretty touching. All right, here comes no Smuggler's Copter. All right, well, we will just take 2 and kill DePaula then, if that's how our opponent wants to do it. I'm fine with that. We can kill the copter next turn. Ooh, and there's summonings. Oh, Lord. Oh, can we take the turn off? That's the question. We're dropping to 4? For sure. Oh. Fiskills. Fiskills? Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops here for Philskill? Oh my gosh. You know who you are. Thank you for your subscription. All right. We'll stabilize first. So pass the turn. I mean, I guess we can do it next turn. The second question is, can we Glimmer? Again, not gonna attack? Alright, well. In that case, we're just gonna Gear Hulk and Flashback Glimmer and eat one of these. I think this actually works out fine. I'm very surprised that our opponent decided not to, or just decided to stop scooting like crazy. Essence Extraction is a very good draw. So we get to eat a Thraben Inspector. I think we may have turned the corner here. Because if our opponent's ghosting, they're doing it pretty poorly. Selfless Spirit for our opponent. And Selfless Spirit. Oh, okay. So we play Summonings, grasp Smuggler's Copter, take 4, 5, and then next turn we can double Essence Extraction. I think we're gonna do it. Ghosting means someone is, yeah, watching the stream to try to look at our hand and figure out what to do. I don't know if that's actually happening, because if they are, I still think we're pretty fine with them not attacking with Copter all those turns. We don't die if I do this, right? Are we gonna die somehow if I play Summonings? Play Summonings, kill Copter. We take 1, 2, 3, 4. We get to make a token for blocking ground creatures. I think we're good. We'll try it. Summonings, go. We're going to have 2 blockers on the ground, and then next turn we can potentially gain 6 life with Essence Extraction and make a whole bunch more ground creatures. Alright, opponent plays a land. We can block Needle Spires, though. I think we're good. I think we're actually favored to win this game. I don't even know how to cover my hand from to stop someone from ghosting. I figure if people want to ghost, that's on them. I don't think this deck plays many real burn spells. It's mostly Harness Lightnings. Yeah, we can block it though, and we get another 2/2 for blocking, so I think we're good. Yeah, I don't think our opponent's plays, maybe they were unreasonable, but I'm actually kind of happy they did that. Because I think we might have been dead if our opponent just went aggro on us. Am I going to make videos for Flashback RTR? I don't know. Maybe? I haven't been able to do many limited ones lately. Our opponent is... Maybe our opponent's ghosting? I don't know. The long delays are weird. That's one of the things you think is... that makes you think ghosting is these long delays, because people could be catching up to the stream because of the delay on streaming. The problem with doing a delay for the stream is then I can't talk to you guys live, and I want to be able to have those conversations. Yeah, I want to be able to interact. Like, that's the most important part of the stream for me. Like, playing Magic is awesome, and I love playing Magic, but the whole reason I stream is so I can talk to all of you and we can interact. So it would completely defeat the purpose of the stream if we put it on a delay and we couldn't interact the whole time. Double queuing's another possibility. I am not Seth Mansfeld. I wish I was, as far as Magic playing ability, because he is incredibly good at Magic. Alright, there's a Copter. Well, we're definitely killing Copter. So, Grasp Copter, get a 2/2. Opponent gets in with the Selfless Spirits, puts us down to 3. We draw a land. Well, play the land. So we're going up to 9. We're making 3 3s. I think we just attack with both. Going up to 9, going down to 5. I gain life if I throw them at the Thraben Inspectors. That's what I was thinking. If we attack with everything, our opponent doesn't know our hand. So attack with everything. Our opponent drops down to 13. And then our opponent is going to think, oh, what an idiot. We can kill him. They attack with everything. We can throw our Essence Extractions at Thraben Inspectors. Also make ground blockers, but go back up to 9, drop down to 5. That's still a 2-turn clock, and we're going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage, which is exactly lethal if we can... That's exactly lethal if our opponent doesn't have any blockers. I think that's the line. Alright, let's do it. Well, hopefully our opponent doesn't know our hand. Opponent sacks a clue. Down to 13, past the turn. So we're hoping for the blowout here. The man land's fine. All that stuff is fine, because we're actually, if they fire up the man land, that is the best outcome for us here. Sacks the clue. Alright, so they're not firing up the creature land. We're not dead. We get to gain, we're gaining 6 here. We're not even close to dead. Alright, Smuggler's Copter, sure. Let's see how our opponent attacks. Alright, opponent. Whoa. Oh. Alright. Well, now I'm wondering. That was okay. Yeah, this attack makes me think that it's very likely that our opponent's looking at our hand because that. Now what to do? So now our opponent knows our hand. So how do we fight through this now? We can't use summonings. We don't have an. We can't use a second ability because we need 6 artifacts. We only have 5. So we throw this at Selfless Spirit. Alright. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say anything that I don't know for sure. I don't like to call people out on stuff, so I'm not gonna say that for sure. But that attack struck me as suspicious. Huh. Well, we get we get to go up to 6 because our opponent did not sack Selfless Spirit. Well, let's see if we can do that again then. Maybe our opponent won't sack again. Yeah, maybe the ghosting thing is not true. Alright, opponent sacks this time. Come on! Big draw, big draw. Swamp. Well, we can do some attacking. Do we need to be worried about declaration? Opponent blocks. Alright, pass turn. The problem with swinging out is our opponent has Needle Spires, so they could, like, 1-drop, fire up Copter, Needle Spires, and we'd be dead. If they didn't have the creature land. Yeah, any spell would be good. But, yeah, Gearhulk or Glimmer would be insane. So, down to 3. But even just a removal spell should be pretty good. We can't hit a land, though. If we hit a land or a Summonings, we're done for. Any non-land, non-Summonings card, though, should be pretty good. I was hoping that our opponent was just going to let us gain the 3 life again because they did it the first time. To crack Summonings, ooh, PNLR is bad. To crack Summonings, we need 6 artifacts, and we only have 4. Well, Anticipate is reasonable. So let's Anticipate. That's actually a very solid draw. It needs to hit us something, though. Oh. Do we dare take Glimmer? We're not dead anyway, right? One, two, three, four. But we can Glimmer into a murder. Think of how good that is. But what happens if we keep it? Don't we? Can't we just die to this Thopter? Our opponent just pumps it up and we die. We attack with everything. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I gotta do it. We can't pass on Glimmer. Glimmer draws cards and makes a 4/4. How can I not do it? How can we not do it? Oh. We can't actually just murder Pia. I mean, murder's safe. Oh, but it's it could be a vote. You're right, 13 the Fox. Oh, I gotta take the card draw. I have to. You know me, if I have a choice between winning and drawing cards, you know what I'm gonna choose. Come on, please give me permission, at least someone. All right. Oh, it pains me. It pains me so much. Big attack. I was so disciplined. I was disciplined. If we attack with everything, our opponent has to block with Pia or the Thopter, so we don't actually just die to it. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Think of the cards we could have drawn and the cool things we could have done. Opponent blocks. Drops to 2. But if I took the Glimmer and then drew into the murder, wouldn't everything have been good? Oh yeah, there's definitely stuff that kills us here. Selfless Spirit, another Pia. Well, there's Copter. Oh, they don't have it. Okay. Murder Copter. Oh! Oh! Well, there we go. What if we had taken the Glimmer? Ugh. Well, we would have had a Ruinous Path. That wouldn't have done it. Yee. Yeah, the Glimmer wouldn't have mattered. I can't believe our opponent was slow rolling an Avacyn. Well, Essence Extraction, I guess Flaying Tendrils. This is Blue-Black Dynavolt, or Blue-Black Summonings, rather. I was looking at Dynavolt Tower. That was crazy. I felt like we stabilized and played that pretty close to correctly. Yeah, I thought we were going to have it there. And take out negate, take out transgress. Transgress is pretty whiffy. Take out confirm suspicions is super slow. What did I do wrong, Well-Wisher? I assume that if we're playing Contraband Kingpin, I couldn't imagine there... Like, this has to be the matchup it's in the sideboard for. What other matchup could it be for? It's gotta be. I don't think we cut Summonings. The deck is sweet. We haven't been winning much with it, but... Alright, let's try it. Yeah, I assume that this has to be the matchup for playing Contraband Kingpin. If you're gonna have that in your sideboard, I don't know what other matchup it would be for. Well, Flaying Tendrils could be a pretty good blowout here. Yeah, it makes sense with red-black aggro as well. That makes a lot of sense. Seems really good against red-black aggro, actually. Yeah, this is pretty good. Get a removal spell for Copter, a Wrath for our opponent's random one-powered or one-toughness things. Seems reasonable in this matchup. Hopefully. Alright, Estuary, tapped, pestered. I cut Transgress, one path, and land. Okay. Alright, Estuary, Island. Anticipate's pretty good. Yeah, maybe we should have glimmered. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. We looked at the cards we would have drawn. It wouldn't have done anything different. We were in a position to win if our opponent didn't have that Avacyn. But they did. Should have cut Summonings for Tower. There's Veteran Motorist. Gonna try a bear-themed Pauper deck. That sounds interesting. The new black board wipe does sound sweet for decks like this. We do need the land. Murder would be good. I think we're gonna take land. Gotta hit those land drops. There's a Summonings. Well, let's play Swamp and Pestered. I'm not Seth Mansfeld. I'm not. I promise. We would not be 0-1 if I was Seth Mansfield. We'd be like 10-0. Survived 4 Emeralds one time. Wow. That's pretty impressive. So you would have brought in Tower in this matchup, Well-Wisher? I am Seth Rogen. This is Seth Rogen's Magic stream. There's a land for our opponent. And there's a Smuggler's Copter. And there's a Thraben Inspector. Well, there's a grasp, so play an Isle and pass the turn. I don't play that much in paper. Oh, I thought you were saying that about Counterman Kingpin, Well-Wisher. Well, if we win this match, I'll bring it in for game 3. Or if we win this game, I'll bring it in for game 3. Our opponent does a lot of main phase clue sacking for some reason. Something is... What is going on with this? I've never seen a more disciplined Smuggler's Copter player than our opponent. I swear to God, I've never seen anyone not attack with Copter more often than this person. Alright, so put on top. Let's take both. That guarantees we can Gear Hulk. Alright, well, what's the worst that can happen? If our opponent's not going to attack us, we're going to play Metallurgic Summonings. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow, whenever we have a removal spell in our hand, our opponent manages to guess that we... Guess that they shouldn't attack with Smuggler's Copter. Oh, you're welcome. I thought the key deck was really fun. I've been a big fan of From Under the Floorboard since it was spoiled, so it's really sweet to finally get to play it. Another Copter. Another Glimmer. Glimmer's pretty sweet. So play the island, pass the turn. I'm feeling like we are in really awesome shape here. We can kill a Copter, we can Glimmer. This is... Oh, thank you, Well-Wisher. So, I'm keeping too many lands. Alright. I'm glad you're in the stream, Well-Wisher, to point out all the things I'm doing wrong, so I can hopefully do them right in future matches. I really like the deck. These are the very first games I have played with it, are the matches for the stream. I didn't do any practice games or anything, so definitely appreciate some advice from an experienced player with the deck. Fires up the Needle Spires. Okay. Copter. And Copter. Alright, well, let's grasp a Copter. Get a 2-2. If we lose this game, I'm going to be very disappointed. Gets in, gets to loot. It seems like there's no way we can lose from here, right? So, down to 13. Opponent's pretty much tapped out. Yeah, our opponent's attacking with their Copters now. Maybe they're just playing their Copters very well. And Toolcraft. Alright. Let's Glimmer. Get a 4-4. Hopefully find some action. Well, lands certainly to the bottom. Another Summonings. And a Ruinous Path. Flaying Tendril seems reasonable. And maybe we pass. We can pass and Gear Hulk to kill Copter first. That's probably better. That's legit, yeah. I mean, maybe slightly embellished, but basically legit, yep. Well, if they don't copter, that's fine. If they don't copter, then we can Torrential Gearhulk for Glimmer, and that's awesome too. Next turn, we can... Next turn, we can play another Summonings and double Flaying Tendrils. I do the card flicker on Moto. I know it's a bad habit. It feels safer to not attack there. We are at 13. Maybe I should have been more aggressive. It feels like this deck is planning on winning the long game. So I would rather be careful with our life total than try to win too quickly. It feels like a game that a deck that wants to win the long game. Will I do Cocoa Walls on Mucha Brew? It seems likely that it will be on Mucha Brew. It's been pretty popular as far as the deck decks go. Can this deck be improved with Brain in the Jar? I don't know if we actually want a Brain in the Jar in this one. Alright, we're gonna do it. So, Gearhulk. Flashback, a Grasp. Maybe I should have flashback Murder there, actually. Yeah, that was a slight mistake. Probably should have flashback Murder to make a bigger token. I don't think it's going to be too punishing, but that probably would have been better. Opponent going to Stasis Snare our Gearhulk. 2 cards in hand. We've gotten through all of the Copters, though. This is still that match. Still only game 2. We got 3 artifacts. We're not that far away from getting them back from our graveyard. Fragmentize on our 4/4. Alright. And last card, Thraben Inspector gets a clue. Just a swamp. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Metallurgic Summonings. Attack with both. Yeah, we're just gonna Flaying Tendrils here. I look at the YouTube stats mostly. Comments and views and that stuff on YouTube. Oh dear. Olive drab music. Who added that into the Nightbot? Oh, so long ago. Alright. Wipe our opponent's board. They crack their clue. Our 3/3s live. We're actually like 1 spell away. We're actually 1 spell away from being able to... Ooh, there's a Gideon. Oh, we have Ruinous Path, though, so Gideon is not much here. 1 spell away from being able to activate our Metallurgic Summonings, and that's pretty good. So, Sunken Hollow, Ruinous Path with Awaken on Gideon. Awaken an island. Get some 3/3s. Attack our opponent. And our opponent scoops it up. Whew, alright. So, Well-Wisher, guide me. How would you sideboard? So you're playing this match. You're playing this match. How should I be sideboarding, Well-Wisher? I know you said Dynavolt Towers. So Dynavolt Towers, I'm assuming you bring in. You cut the spell shrivels. Add the towers. What else do I cut, Well-Wisher? Thanks for the hosts, Greyhawk Games. Cut all the summonings? Add paths. Something like that. I feel like I have to hear about this Olive Drab. Oh, it was just one of the bands I played in. So run it like this, Well-Wisher. Alright, let's, we're gonna try Well-Wisher's plan, because Well-Wisher knows this deck way better than I do. Yeah, Olive Drab was just one of the bands I played in. Kind of a 60s, I don't know, mod band, retro thing. In Olive Drab, I played keyboard. Also guitar a little bit, but primarily keyboard in Olive Drab. That's true. That was my main plan. I figure if I let Well-Wisher tell me how to sideboard and then I lose, I can just blame it on Well-Wisher. Oh. Congrats on your finish, by the way. I enjoyed watching you play at the GP all weekend. Kingpin is just there as a big blocker with lifelink. That's kind of the idea of it. It's not really to scry, necessarily. Like, if we do scry once in a while, that's fine, but it's just a 1/4 that blocks all the early game stuff. Can I play some of my band's music as background music on the stream? I might have to do that at some point. Yeah, we'll keep this. We got a Kingpin, got some removal. Oh, the Wolf Mother impression. Is that where... Yeah, that's part of it. Saffron was a nickname that a old drunken Vietnam veteran neighbor of mine gave me. I don't know why. And my friends started calling me that. And then I was in Olive Drab and the Etcetras, and that's where the olive part came from. So it's kind of a dual nickname almost. Well, I think we're just going to slam this Contraband Kingpin here. I like Anticipate, but there's Kingpin. Sethro Jenkins, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for Sethro Jenkins. I know, still got to do the frequently asked questions video. I'll get to it. All right, not the scariest Smuggler's Copter, and locking down the ground. Good man, that Contraband Kingpin, or not man, genderless being, I guess. Got yelled at. No, maybe it was Tomer for calling Etherborn he or she or something. I thought it was olive colored shorts. Yeah, I really liked olive colored shorts. And people started calling me Olive because of it. Yeah, now we can extract it. One way or another. Actually, we're probably going to win by our opponent timing out, but that's fine. Silver Dial, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Isn't saffron something that Alexander the Great would put in his hair to keep shiny? I have no idea. Okay, there's a Gideon. Well, now we're probably going to have to kill that, unfortunately. Wow, they're just going to emblem? They must have multiple Gideons in hand. Otherwise, I don't understand this plan. Is our opponent really... Was this all to play around in Essence Extraction? They're probably actually trying to avoid our flaying tendrils. Well, all we gotta do is gain enough life that we don't die. Another anticipate. Alright. Pass the turn. If we can gain enough life that we just don't die and eventually can kill all their stuff, they're gonna time out way before we do. I think they were actually playing around flaying tendrils. I think that was the biggest idea. Makes sense. It does make a lot of their creatures. We can still get the X ones, but it does make a lot of their creatures not die to a flaying tendrils. Our opponent likes the main phase clue crackings. Alright, let's anticipate. Get a grasp. I mean, if we just kill all our opponent's stuff, there's no way they're going to beat us before they run out of time. Anticipate. There's a Dynavolt Tower. Sweet. That's nice. Let's play an island. Play a tower. Hope one of our opponent's 2 cards isn't Fragmentize. Oh, sweet. You get to put Flaying Tendrils, which is now horrible, to the bottom. Pass turn. Man, this is shaping up to be a long league. We're still in game. This is the second match of our league. Yeah, I'm surprised these are all going so long. So far, both of our games, our opponent has nearly timed out in both of them. A veteran motorist. Ugh. That is kind of bad. We're going to have to kill that because it makes it so we can't kill Smuggler's Copter, which is annoying. Hey, see ya, Al. Yeah, I bet, Well-Wisher. With how these games are going, I definitely imagine that. Quite the grind. Oh, we're almost 2 hours for 2 matches. The opponent fires up the Smuggler's Copter. We cannot do a thing about that. This is game 3 of match 2. Gets in for 5 with the copter. Gets to loot. Discards a land. We're pretty pinched on black mana, which I think means we need to grasp this motorist here. Now there's a swamp. Pestered. I probably should have played Ether Hub. Well, Wisher, I'm not following your advice. Would have let us turn on Dynavolt Tower. Hopefully that doesn't matter, but that would have been the better play. Head judge from Reach the GP recently ruled that the bonus from Veteran Motorist goes on the stack after crewing, so you can still grasp it. Huh. I don't think that works on Magic Online. More Gideons. Oh, my lord. That is a lot of Gideons. Makes a 2-2. Well, we can Ruinous Path it. I was afraid they were going to ultimate, and then we would have a hard time killing the Smuggler's Copter. Opponent said misclick. They accidentally meant to ultimate and made a 2-2? Okay. Well, our opponent's going to time out because they are not playing fast enough. Even if our opponent is able to kill us, it's not going to matter. Yeah, Kingpin has been awesome here. So good. 57 seconds left. Oh, is that what that was about? Okay. Oh. Huh. Okay, that's a bushwhacker. I was not expecting that. I think it's still fine. Said, misclick, I meant to ultimate, will cost me the game. I don't know if it's true it would have cost our opponent the game, because I think they're going to lose anyway, but... Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Alright, down to 9. Play the Ether Hub. Ruinous Path to Gideon. Pass the turn. Activates a Needle Spires. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Crew Smuggler's Copter. And runs out of time. Oh my goodness, the world's longest. This is going to be the world's longest league. We are on to round 3. Well, sorry Momir fans. That is not looking likely for tonight. This is Scream If You Wanna by Weisiger. But we got there. Oh, so grindy. Good God. We almost got punished for not playing that land and having the energy. That's one thing I'm realizing about this deck, and I think Wellwisher actually said it, is small mistakes can actually mean game losses. So if you decide to pick up this deck, and it might not be a bad idea because it's pretty budget friendly, definitely practice it because it doesn't seem all that forgiving. Did I see the counterspell from Ether Evil? I did. It looks super awesome. Hodrick, you want to play next on Momir? Okay. I will try to remember, and you're at the top of the list. Although, I'm like 99% sure it's not going to be tonight. We're just starting the 3rd match out of 5 in our league. So, I would be surprised if we got to Momir tonight. Glintness Crane. See ya, Nye. Yeah, it definitely is sweet. It's weird because it feels like a lot like the mono blue version, but this is actually, I don't know, when I played the mono blue version, just kind of cruise through games with that one. This one seems a bit more challenging as far as the tightness of play required. Yeah, it is funny. I mean, it's sweet. People love budget decks, so it's cool to have decks that can actually compete at the GP level and are also inexpensive. So, with this deck, it is going to be challenging to lose fast enough to play Momir. I don't know if I got it in me. Well, luckily our opponent's stuck on lands. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. We are 1-1, and there's the Caravan. Adds about 1,000,000 mana towards Colossuses. Unfortunately, we don't have counters yet. We do have a Summonings, though. Maybe we might be able to just grind with this deck with Summonings, even if they play Colossuses. I wish we had counters, though. I think Colossus, there's a decent chance. It looks like artifacts are getting more support. 7, 8, wow, they're getting very close to Colossuses. How many ticks is this deck going before buyouts? I'll have to look. I know it's not too super expensive, but I don't know the exact price. It looks like 54 ticks, $103 in paper. And we have a new subscriber, Winter Master. 2 months in a row. Big Scoops here. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much. Alright, we take one. Actually, from what I've heard, Colossi and Colossuses are both somehow technically correct. English is a messed up language. But apparently either one is acceptable, from what I've heard. Another glint nest. And another subscriber, Tweaker69. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops here for our new subscriber. Any articles about this deck? Not that I'm aware of. I have not written about it. I think it's relatively new that it's been on the scene from this past GP, so I have not really noticed anything written about it yet. Possibly in the future. If you're interested, though, check out the... We played Colosso. We played... Opponent gets a puzzle knot. We played a mono blue version that's somewhat similar to this, so you could give that a look. Whoa. No. We're trying to cast Glimmer, not pass the turn. I think we're just gonna play Summonings and hope for the best. Alright, Ruinous Path to the bottom. Blighted Fen to the top. I gotta stop doing that. Apparently, when I think I should put a land to the top, I should always put it to the bottom. Red-Blue Thermo Summonings. That sounds pretty sweet. Modern Madness with Tibalt. What is Todd Stevens up to these days? Is that his deck for the Players' Championship? Tell him if he plays if he plays Tibalt at Players' Championship, he wins. No matter what happens, he will be the winner in my book. I couldn't imagine one of the highest EV tournament. The highest EV tournament on the SCG circuit. It would be sweet to show up to that with Tibalt. The Tibsters. Hedron Archive. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here comes the free Colossuses. Colossi. Colosso. Whatever you want to call them. Should be interesting. How many do they have? Glint Nest Crane. Well, they get to play any number of Colossuses. Have I tried retreats in Standard since Kaladesh? I have not. Could you add Gear Hulks and Glimmers to the key control deck? Yeah, definitely could. Opponent gets a Foundry Inspector. Well, maybe they just don't have one. That would be awesome. Apparently they don't. Well, in that case, let's play a Swamp and just pass the turn. Now we get to... Wow, maybe this is actually going to be okay. If our opponent doesn't actually have Colossuses, their deck is really bad. Somehow they've played 3 Glint Nest Cranes and flooded the board with artifacts and have 0 Colossuses. Puzzle Knot draws a card. We haven't run any counters, but once our opponent gets a Colossus, they get a second one thanks to Sanctum. Key to the City, okay. Plays a land. Sure. Do I think Energy Fog is good enough to win an SCG preliminary at my local gaming store? I think you'd have a chance with that, yeah. Just practice it a bit. It's a unique way of playing. All right, there's a big attack. Let's Gear Hulk. Flashback Glimmer. Get a 4/4. Eat this Cultivator's Caravan, which is sweet. And our opponent's deck is just not cooperating with them. Land at the bottom. Murder will keep on top. That's an instant speed way to deal with Colossi. Yeah, this attack is... Oh, they're going to make it unblockable. Okay. Alright, discards a Deadlock Trap. Gets in. Down to 7. Sunken Hollow is actually a pretty good draw. I guess we attack with both, since we're going to be making blockers anyway. Pass the turn. Discard a... Let's just discard a island. Key to the City, untaps. With a 2-1 split, X2 Emulating Glare, X2 or Blessed Alliance in Jeskai control. I'd probably go to Blessed Alliance. Ooh, Zur's Weirding could be a good one for Against the Odds. If I turn up on Draft Night... I missed the rest of that. If I turn up on Draft Night, is it possible that I get Draft Chaff, or do I automatically become a 3-0 Against the Odds deck? Yeah, probably Draft Chaff is possible. I think we just murder... We can just murder, and then Glimmer at end of turn, or we can double murder, which is also reasonable. So, murder Cultivator's Caravan, get a 3/3. For non-standard formats, it's a decent sideboard card, but I don't know if it's much more than that. The rare double murder. Well, if this dies, I'm not going to kill anything else this turn. I'm fine with this. And then we can just murder that, take 3, and then Glimmer. Looking for a budget replacement to Path in mono white. Oh, that's a tough one. I occasionally use Dismembers. I also occasionally use Condemn, depending on your metagame. Journey to Nowhere or Oblivion Ring. But there's nothing that is... Yeah, we'll keep both of these. There's nothing that is exactly Path to Exile, unfortunately. Oh, play Bladed Fen. Go to combat. Here comes the Deep Fiend. What's Deep Fiend going to tap? Can I make a modern deck with Isochron Scepter and Dramatic Reversal? Someone emailed me one of those lists, and it looked pretty sweet, but I haven't actually played it or brewed with it yet. Oust can be okay, but you kind of want a tempo deck because the creature's coming back. Condemn is the best substitute if you're always playing against creatures that need to attack to do things. Condemn is attacking only. Oust is any creature, but it goes 3 cards deep on top of the library, so your opponent's going to get it again. So if it's a Thragtusk or something, it's going to be very bad. On the other hand, Condemn is weak against Eidolon of the Great Revels, Grim Lavamancer, things that can affect the board while just sitting out there. But it's good against decks that need a lot of attackers. So we'll tap some mana. Deep Fiend comes down. Murder the Deep Fiend. Get another token. Opponent searched up a Colossus. Get in 4-3. Ooh, Plow Under I really like. Man, that's a card that makes people miserable. Yeah, we should definitely do that. That could even be a good budget Magic card. Best budget Magic for today's meta. So, Jack Bike, are we talking modern or standard? Because that's the biggest thing is whether it's modern or standard. So I think we're just gonna drop to 1 here. Ooh, another Sanctum. All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our opponent can. Huh. We could actually be in trouble. If they have the mana to... Huh? Opponent discards a card to make their Crane unblockable. Sure. Little did they realize that flying is essentially unblockable anyway. Galvanic Bombardment, okay. Spicy. Sure. Kills our 3-3. Well, they're going to be able to search up another Elder Deep Fiend. I guess I'll have to sack the Colossus to cast it, and then we could lose to the... Oh, they just get another Colossus? That's fine. Never mind. If they don't have another Elder Deep Fiend, then I think we just win. If they tap out here, then I feel even better. Foundry Inspector. Okay. Goes attacking. We drop to 1. Do we just murder a Colossus? I guess. Here, like, end of turn, or here, like, before we took damage? Yeah, I think we're screwed by Deep Fiend no matter what if our opponent has it. We just gotta hope they don't have it. Alright, go to combat. Actually, since we drew Essence Extraction, we're not actually screwed by anything, I don't think. Unless they have a third one. Yeah, Essence Extraction gives us a ton of opportunities here. I don't think we can attack, though. Yeah, Essence Extraction was pretty good. We do have one Summary Dismissal in the sideboard, I believe. One, two, three, 5. Yeah, I guess that's safest.
She lost everything. For someone to be complaining about loss of power, how can you compare this? If had, I would help her out.
It happens to be budget, but it's not actually budget.
Water.
Like, not intentionally budget.
I can't say no
I don't think this deck has counters. Maybe it does.
more. I can't compare that to a person losing power. But to lose memories, you can't replace that.
We haven't drawn any counters. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks with everything. Block on deep feed. Essence extraction, a glint nest.
Life and memories. Life and memories. Life
I think we got there.
and memories.
We are playing against a Metalwork Colossus deck. Opponent gets back a Colossus. Sure. Well, yeah, that might have been a little risky. It probably should have done that earlier. But, nah, we went unpunished. And our opponent's got to be dead, right? Is there really a way they're getting out of this? These games have all been very long, and we have often been at very low life totals. That has been every single match we've played with this deck. Yeah, if they had keyed the Deep Fiend, it would have made things sketchier. Although Grass would have still been okay. If they had keyed, we probably would have actually played tighter, and we would have... and our opponent scoops it up. Alright, sideboarding. I think we want negates and summary dismissals. And maybe transgress the mind. And maybe go down the... Yeah, that has been this deck. Best budget deck for Standard and Modern. In Modern, I think the ones that still stick out as the most competitive are 8-Whack Goblins and Mono Red Burn. If your goal is to have like the most competitive deck possible. In Standard, I think the White-Black Fabricate deck was good. I think that the Energy Combo Electrostatic Pummeler deck is pretty good. Yeah, Ruinous Path makes sense at sorcery speed. But Well-Wisher likes Ruinous Path. What do we go down in this matchup? Yeah, 8-Whack Goblins is super good. Maybe Grasps? Yeah, the Pummeler deck is very powerful. Yeah, let's go down 2 Grasp and an Extraction. That's fine. Feels like this should be a decent matchup. Maybe it will not go till our opponent's about to run out of time. It was called 8-Whack, I think is what I called it. But it's basically a Goblin deck playing 8 Bushwhackers. Bushwhack effects. This hand's kind of slow. Ooh, the 8-Whack deck with the turn 2 deck. That sounds pretty sweet. No. I don't know who made the 8-Whack deck. I played it on Budget Magic. But a few people had played it, so I wasn't the original creator of that one. More kind of popularized it to some extent. I think I can't remember who it was. It was a streamer, but I can't remember who that named it 8-whack. Yeah, I guess we should ship this. Alright, this is better-ish. We get to spell shrivel things. It is pretty good. Island Goo. Counter spells seem decent against our opponent's deck. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to counter a turn 3 Cultivator's Caravan, which is pretty bad. We are grinding. Nothing is coming quickly and easily with this deck, but we're doing it. We're 1-1, but every game has been very close and hard fought. Every match. So we won 1, we lost 1. We're up a game here in round 3. Travis Wu's all-in Goblin deck. I wonder how similar that is to the 8-whack deck, or if that is the same thing. Never lead with Island over Swamp, even with Grasp Cut. Alright, good advice. I'll keep that in mind. Anticipate into... Probably just another Anticipate here, I guess. Yeah, well... Yeah, let's take Anticipate. Yeah, I would have negated it if we could have. But being on the draw, we can't spell shrivel it. Well, Sunken Hollow's alright. Thoughts on Disallow in Modern? Well, there's already Void Slime in Modern, which is very similar. However, Void Slime requires green mana, so I think that Disallow will be... I think it will be played because it doesn't require you to be in green. And it's like the closest thing we have to Stifle in Modern. And it's not that close, but it is like the closest thing we have. So I think it will be decent. Maybe like a one-of main deck card. Definitely a powerful sideboard option. So I think it'll be good. But I've never seen anyone play Void Slime. Even if you're playing green and blue and can cast it, I've never seen anyone play it. And that might just be that green-blue decks don't really need it. Those decks don't lend themselves to that style of play. So that makes sense. Inventor's Fair. So I think it should be solid. Well, we are not letting Sky Sovereign resolve. I guess we just, well, do we let this resolve and just murder it? That's so much mana towards Colossuses, though. Yeah, it makes Colossus way too inexpensive. Ooh, Transgress is a sweet draw. Holy Hand. DP Foundry Inspector Colossus. Ugh, jeez. Or not Colossus, Sky Sovereign. Can we be... Yeah, alright. I'm going to take Sky Sovereign, play Ether Hub, pass the turn. Oh, welcome. Disallow in Blue-White Hate Bears. I haven't really seen Blue-White Hate Bears be a thing in Modern, but I think it could work. This would be a decent time to find his Summonings. There's the Inspector. Get it down before we start getting hit by... Ooh. Ugh, I'm going to take Glimmer. This might be wrong. It might be better just to Transgress, but we're pretty low on action, so I think this is worth it. So, playing Island, pass turn. Motor City Ghost, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for Motor City Ghost, our new subscriber. Yeah, I think Glimmer's probably right. Glimmer and Murder. the two cards that have been the story of this deck. Opponent goes attacking, gets in. Okay. Just gets in 4-1. Oh, thank you, Motor City Ghost. What's our opponent have? Nothing? Another Foundry Inspector. Well, let's Glimmer. Gonna put both to the bottom. Oh, this is just not much. I wish we were playing 8 Glimmers. I guess we can just kill a Foundry Inspector. I feel like we can't just keep taking this damage or we're gonna die. So I think we gotta do this. Can I play more White-Black Fabricate? Maybe at some point in the future. Yeah, I got the nice trolly white border basics. Opponent brought in negates. Yikes. Yeah, we're in a bad position here. Especially knowing our opponent has 2 Deep Fiends in hand. You can tweet me a list at Saffron Olive or send me an email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Fires up the caravan. Yeah, I think we're pretty done. Well, we had seen our opponent's hand not long ago. Yeah, Gearhulk would be our best draw, I think. Jeez, our opponent is... Good lord. Well, we know their hand. We know their hand. I guess double murder can maybe keep us alive for a turn. Not really, though. How do I feel about infinite combo Panharmonicon decks? I think they're pretty sweet. Alright, I think that's enough. On to game 3. Oh, you couldn't even kill one of them, unfortunately. Mr. Sprinkles TV, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Let's run it back. Alright, we're on the play, which is good. Well, okay. I mean, we gotta anticipate. Got some murders. Double murder. Yeah, they don't seem that great, though. I think that was just a weird draw. Like, those are the... They just happen to draw a lot of the creatures that those things hit. I played an island first again. Sorry, oh, sorry, well-wisher. I know, I didn't learn my lesson. Oh. I might keep doing it just to, just to troll ya. Mr. Sprinkles, I don't know why it should just be Scoops Cheer, all one word. It should be working for you, Mr. Sprinkles. Alright, let's anticipate. Into and anticipate. Put some island or some lands to the bottom. Alright, negate's reasonable. Play the swamp, pass the turn. There we go. The Scoops Cheer is working. I do love turn 1 island. You keep yelling at me, I don't mind. If you yell at me enough, I might start doing it properly. Maybe we can counter a caravan. That would be sweet. Alright, well, I guess we can murder that. Play the swamp. Pass the turn. So now I kind of want to find... Now I kind of want to find a Metallurgic Summonings. I'm not going to counter a Puzzle Knot. That feels too bad. If our opponent negates our Glimmer, that's a bummer, but what can we do? Well, I guess that's not going to happen. Prism, sure. We get to Glimmer. That's even more drawing than a Prism. There's a Gear Hulk. Alright, Estuary to the bottom. This time we're not keeping the extra land, and it worked out. Another negate, so Ether Hub, pass the turn. Alright. No summonings yet, but I feel like we're not in horrible shape. Opponent gets in with this annoying Gluttonous Crane. Another Glint Nest. Played a red Gearhulk Decimator Province deck at F&M. Only had mismatched white borderlands. Nice. Do we actually have to counter this? That's 6 mana towards... Might end up regretting this, but I think this is correct. And then anticipate. There's our summonings. Yeah, we're gonna take it. See, I'm learning. I put the 6 land to the bottom, and it worked out. Do we just go completely shields down? So Well-Wisher, how much do I get yelled at if I... if I just slam this Metallurgic Summonings and cross my fingers and hope that nothing horrible happens? We got a murder. Next turn we got Gear Hulk. Come on, let me do it, Well-Wisher. Why is it called Summonings if I can't just slam my Summonings? Oh... 1, 2. Alright. I'm gonna slam it because this league is already taking super long. So I'm getting to the point in this league where I want to kill our opponent or I want them to kill me. So I'm doing that with the knowledge that it was very likely the wrong play to make. And we could end up getting punished for it. But we're getting to that point where we got to make something happen. It's like on Commander Clash, where eventually you got to make something happen. Here comes the free Colossuses, if our opponent has them. Gets in for 2. Ooh, does not have them. All right, that could have went worse. That could have went much worse. Plays on Ganalo, pass the turn. Yes, I acknowledge that that probably wasn't the right play, but there are reasons. We have our reasons. And it might end up working out. Even though it was not optimal. Oh, that's alright, MTG Memer. Welcome, by the way. Doing pretty well. This league is taking forever, but it's kind of going well. Down to 13. Alright, Torrential Gearhulk. Flashback, a Glimmer. This might get negated, but eh. We get a 4/4. No negate. Ooh, and we get a negate and a Glimmer? Do we want another negate, though? Maybe not. We already got one. We'll put negate to the bottom. Keep Glimmer on top. Ugh. Choked Estuary. That land. Alright, Estuary. Reveal Sunken Hollow. Go to combat. Go attacking. Hmm? Hmm? Is this full value? Full value Deep Fiend. Jeez. Wait until after we attacked. Gonna tap our lands. Alright.
While I say something, I'm speechless. I'm just trying to hold on to my breath. That is really something.
Well, let's murder it. Make a 3/3. Is our opponent going to activate Cultivator's Caravan? They do. Alright, so we're going to lose one of our things, unfortunately. We are playing blue-black Metallurgic Summonings. Yes, every single match has taken like an hour. Oh, sorry, Scooter. Yeah, I don't know why I always do that. Just a habit. Well, let's negate that. Alright. Staying alive. Yeah, that aggro match was really weird. I don't know how that happened to take so long. No, it's not a bad thing. Alright, opponent is empty-handed. We've gotten them to the empty-handed stage, and we still have a Glimmer in hand. This might be our time. We are going to main phase Glimmer. Hopefully find some action. Ether Hub to the bottom. I guess we can keep Dismissal on top. Ooh, and a Gear Hulk. That's a Gear Hulk. Alright, play a land, pass a turn. We're pretty close to actually cracking our summonings. We got a counter in hand. We got a Gear Hulk. I think we're getting there. I do flick cards a little bit in paper, but I flick them more on Magic Online, I think. I think we're getting there. Opponent cracks Archive. Okay. Prophetic Prism. Okay. You don't know me, Well-Wisher. I have my ways. Our opponent's gonna play a Colossus, get an Elder. Well, luckily we have. Watch them have negate. Watch that be their draws. Sanctum, Metalwork Colossus to get. Oh my goodness, that's how we lose. There's the deep feed. If they have a negate too, that we could still lose. There's Cultivator's Caravan. Gonna smash that into our Torrential Gear Hulk. Okay. Well, we can dismissal this. Alright, no negate. Come on. Alright, no negate. Whoo! Sweet! That's true, little planeswalker. J-Sweet! J-Sweet! Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Let's give a big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. I think we're still good. Our opponent is doing their best to time out. I swear to God, every single opponent we have has been right on the precipice of timing out every single time. Opponent goes glinting. Gets in. Sure. Down to 9. Opponent passes. We draw another Glimmer. That's good. Pass the turn. Yeah, let's wait one more turn. I think we just win next turn. As long as we stay alive, and we should be able to with this hand. Glimmer plus Gear Hulk. We're not going to die to 1/3s. Alright, let's Glimmer. Bottom, bottom. Gear Hulk. We'll just go Summary Dismissal. Owner draws a card, loses a life. Key dismissed. Plays Inventor's Fair. Well, we do need to kill our opponent now. But I think we can. Another Gear Hulk. Alright, let's just make sure. Transgress, take a peek, make sure nothing bad is going to happen. This has been a super close match. Well, I kind of want to kill them before they draw another key, because that is actually a way we could just lose if they key up this Colossus. We don't really have... I mean, I guess now we can murder it, but... This has got to be a lethal attack. Block, block, block. 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, this is lethal. Yeah, we could Bladed Fen. We can also sack our Summonings and get back all our spells, which is pretty sweet. We can also just sit here until our opponent times out in 1 minute and 13 seconds. Yeah. Oh, no, they're going to do something. What does our opponent have? I just want to see what's in their hand. Whoa! Incendiary Sabotage. Well, that's not going to work, but... Actually, does that even matter? They kill this, 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 all their stuff. This is each creature, right? Okay, sure. Okay. Well, we still have lethal. We actually have more lethal. That's pretty spicy tech, but we actually have more lethal now that they did that. Don't we lethal here? This has got to be super lethal. I think we got there. Because our opponent blew up most of their blockers. Yeah, so we got there. Oh my god, this deck. We've usually played an entire league and a round of Momir by now. And we've only made it through 3 matches. I don't even know if we're going to, at this pace, if we're going to make it through the entire league. We're 2-1, which is good. Our loss was super close. Our wins are super close. Every single opponent has been down to under 1 minute on their clock. How could our opponent have lived? It is dirtily. It's more dirtily than I imagined even. I couldn't imagine playing a 15-round GP with this. I mean, I could, but good lord. Well, yeah, there's definitely not going to be Momir tonight. Maybe on Thursday. But there's no way we're going to get Momir tonight. We may or may not even get through this entire league. Alright, we got to anticipate, so that makes this keepable. Have Coco decks fallen out of favor in Modern? I think a bit. They still see a bit of play, but they are not as popular as they used to be. We see Coco in like tribal decks like Elves and stuff like that, so we still see that, but the combo-based like Anafenza, that deck is much less popular than it used to be. Played my Black Lands first. Actually, only because they were choked estuaries and I had to. Opponent anticipates. Okay. Do I play in competitive events? I play primarily on Magic Online, so as competitive as Magic Online gets, but... what did we lose to? Hopefully someone in the chat knows. I don't even remember. There's a thing in the ice. Alright. Let's just kill that while your opponent's tap down. Oh, Atmanshank. Welcome to the Fishbowl, back for the 2nd month. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. Hey, thank you. And also, not only that, but we have sleeves and deck boxes now as well, so make sure to check those out if you are interested. Have I considered playing Jaya Ballard on Commander Clash? I would. I don't know if I have, but I would consider it. Let's anticipate, basically to hit our land drop. Yeah, we gotta take Swamp. We just gotta make sure we hit our mana. Looks like a control mirror. Is Bant Spirits actually good? Bant Spirits is actually pretty good. Yeah, I might do more competitive events in paper at some point. There's an Ether Hub for our opponent. I do not know the answer to that, Zach Workman. Let's Glimmer. I expect our opponent to start countering our stuff at some point. Maybe not our Glimmers, but they gotta have counters. Well, Swamps to the bottom. Sunken Hollow, go. I don't know how I ended up with no one playing Atraxa. It was just kind of a random thing, but Atraxa is going to be played soon. What do I think of T-Merge in the current standard meta? I haven't seen much of it lately. I haven't played much with it lately. So, I guess I'm not sure. We've seen more of like the red-blue emerge, blue-black. But Teamer has kind of fallen by the wayside for whatever reason. Yeah, I expect Tomer to play four color in fact. Would I say that I've improved my play a lot since I started working at Goldfish? I think I've improved my play to some extent. I think just playing a lot of Magic all the time, and also having it recorded and people pointing out when you mess up, definitely makes you get better eventually. Opponent is going to Glimmer as well. Well, I feel like if we just find the Summonings here and resolve it, that we win. So let's put both of these to the bottom in hopes of finding a Summonings. Well, we can anticipate. Digs us a little deeper for a Summonings. There's Summonings. We're gonna go for the aggro summoning skill here. Our opponent could have negate. We're gonna go for it. Really? Well, we played around a huge percentage of the counters in Standard, but our opponent had the 1/2 mana counter. Oh, well. We'll find another one eventually. I didn't think our opponent had the negate there, honestly. It was greedy. But then our opponent would probably have mana up and have a whole bunch of counters. Spell Shrivel is mostly the same and easier to cast. Opponent gonna leave up counter magic. Well, we are going to kill Chandra. Play Swamp, Pestered. The quote has been added. That is a good one. Opponent plays a land. And passes. We play a swamp and pass. Yeah, the Squid Labs, I'll definitely let you know. It's something that's we're gathering information about and hoping to do, but I don't know exactly when it'll happen, but I'll definitely let you know. Well, we keep making our land drops, which is good. And control mirrors, being ahead on lands is pretty big deal. Spire Bluff for our opponent. We have a lot of somewhat dead cards, though. Sunken Hollow. Pass the turn.
Why ashamed?
Yeah, that happened not that long ago. I did lock myself right when I was supposed to be streaming, too. Locked myself on the sunroom. That was a fun night. But I made it. I'm dedicated. I made it to the stream. Well, we keep peeling lands, so we keep playing lands. Keep passing. Opponent actually going to do something?
Hate the spreading over into his feelings about everyone.
We can't let Jace resolve, really.
Or schoolwork, although his IQ is 115.
Let's Spell Shrivel.
The stealing is all about. It's shown itself in every meeting we've had, even though we're getting along very fine.
Oh, yeah. The sun doesn't get... we don't get that much sun, but I still have a sunroom for some reason. So they pay for a shrivel. Then we'll let Jace resolve. Yes, that's true. In this matchup, Void Shatter would probably be better. We have Ruinous Path, though, and we're going to be able to Torrential Gear Hulk to Glimmer, which is good. So, Torrential Gear Hulk, Flashback a Glimmer. This gives us another shot to find another Metallurgic Summonings to finish this game. Lands, both going to the bottom, for sure. Alright. No Summonings. Another Gear Hulk, though. Well, let's just attack our opponent and then just Ruinous Path Jace. So, Ruinous Path. Kill Jace. I wanted to... Why didn't I Gear Hulk for the counter spell? I would rather... I wanted to draw cards with the Gear Hulk, mostly. Keep attacking with our Gear Hulk. Opponent's down to 10. Now we have a pretty reasonable chance that we can just close out this game with our Gear Hulks. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Awakening. It's just so much mana there. Opponent glimmers, sure. And we can force the... Oh, Well-Wisher, you're cracking me up. Oh, yeah, they do, Stu. That's a lot of cards. We have a lot of cards in hand, too, though. And we're gonna have even more. I might actually keep Blighted Fen here. It seems reasonable as a way to kill something. Not that we're short on ways to kill things, but... Well, let's get in with Gear Hulk. Opponent's down to 5. We're going to discard a Grasp, I guess? Probably Murder. Let's discard Murder. Yeah, the Fen is pretty good. Torrential Gear Hulk. Well, let's Spell Shrivel it. Opponent negates. Then we'll Spell Shrivel it. Then we'll... Is there a way this goes very wrong? Is old triple Spell Shrivel? Old triple Spell Shrivel gets it done. Oh, see? And you didn't like the Spell Shrivels. You just need 3 of them, and they're awesome. Well, let's bring in Dynavolt Tower to try to close out this game. Transgress. Negate. Go down Essence Extractions. Go down Grasp of Darknesses. Go down a Murder for a Summary Dismissal. This seems like all the control stuff. Let's try it like that. shriveled our way through that one. Yeah, I don't know. Good thing we had a ton of mana up and a lot of shrivels. I will say though, one void shatter. One void shatter would have done it, but 3 shrivels, pretty much the same thing. Island for our opponent. We'll lead on a swamp, even though I want to play an island, but it will lead on it. Shrivel me timbers. Oh. We're technically in round 4 of the world's longest league. Not that far into round 4. Yes, and doesn't. Hey, good opponent. Oh, we might finish this league after all. The dark horse scooping from the mana. I've never been so happy for an opponent to get mana screwed and scoop. Oh, I was expecting that match to go on for another 45 minutes. Oh, thank you, opponent. I love you, whoever you were. Alright, 1 round to go. We might actually survive. Wife lethal, exactly. We might actually survive this league. We shriveled. Our opponent shriveled up and died. That's what we are trying to say. Oh, and we got a mulligan. This might be our match. Oh, no. Well, if we scry into a land, Momir's not going to happen tonight, everyone. Good news is, we're up to 3-1, which means we're already guaranteed a treasure chest. Let's keep. Oh, no. This might be a quick scoop if we don't get a land. But we get a treasure chest. We're going to get a treasure chest no matter what. If we somehow find a win here, we get 3 treasure chests. Think of all the cards that could be within. This might be the mirror. Well, there's a land. We got our summonings. I think this is the mirror, though. Swamp for our opponent, because they said they were just watching a stream. There goes our metallurgic summonings. Yep, 3 curated uncommons. The time of my life. Occasionally you get good things. It does happen. Rare, but it happens. Alright, anticipate. I don't know how this mirror works, but I feel like we're in a bad position. Mulliganing on the play seems bad. Oh god. None of these cards are relevant. I guess Ruinous Path? None of these cards do. They're all like literal blanks. We essentially have like 0 meaningful cards in our hand. Opponent anticipates. Yeah, I've opened some good cards. I've also opened some real clunkers. I opened one treasure chest that was literally valueless. The rare or curated card was like this uncommon Hydra from Commander that was 0.003 ticks, and then it was Evolving Wilds and a standard common. Oh, this deck is a gift that keeps on giving in this matchup. Oh my goodness. I wish, if I could, I would just literally discard my hand right now, and I think our odds of winning would be exactly the same. That's how little these cards are going to do. Yes, it was Hydra Omnivore. No. It's from the new set. It's like a monstrous Hydra thing. Maybe it's Hydra Omnivore. Isn't Hydra Omnivore an old one? I almost got you there, your Uncle Sam. So close. You picked a good night because the league is super long. Grasp of jankness in this matchup. Oh yeah. Bristling Hydra, that's the one. Yes, 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 that's the one. Oh, maybe it was Conspiracy too. Okay. It came on Magic Online in the treasure chest, so I was thinking, no, not Bristling Hydra, that's from Kaladesh. Domesticated, yes, yes. Thank you, Sethro Jenkins. Oh no, more removal spells. Oh no. This hand's so bad. Well, there's a Gear Hulk. We can flashback anticipate if our opponent ever taps out. Looks like we missed the first land drop. Opponent shimmers. Hey, alright. Well, we can run this Gear Hulk out to the slaughter. This matchup has got to be literally whoever sticks. It seems like whoever sticks a Summonings just can't lose. Like, I think it's that simple. That's true. We could kill our Gear Hulk to attack with our land. Yeah, our opponent said that they were watching the stream earlier, so they know how shivery we can be. Shrivelly, I guess it would be. Oh, what's up, Die Storm? How goes it? Yeah, this is not exactly the most high-paced matchup. I sort of just want to scoop and open our treasure chest. If our opponent resolves a Summonings, we're scooping. Alright. Good enough. You got the Summonings. I don't think we can win once they have a Summonings down. We could play it out for like 100 more hours, but I don't think that it's really benefits us any to do that. Like, because we know we're going to lose eventually. So why prolong the inevitable for another 10 minutes while we cast targeted removal spells at Metallurgic Summonings tokens? That does not sound like something I want to do for the next 20 minutes. So let's get rid of the grasps. So, well, the good news is we know what our opponent's doing. Bad news is exactly the same thing we're doing, and neither one of us has enough cards to take out. So we're going to be playing bad cards. As a result, I think I'm going to bring in Contraband Kingpins, because I think they are less bad than some of the other things. Because there's not even, like, targets for removal. This would literally be, like, grasping our own stuff to try to get energy for Dynavolt. Let's try it like this. Yeah, I called that one, didn't I, little Planeswalker? We're going Contraband Kingpin aggro. We are getting there 1 damage at a time with lifelink. It could scry. It scries when we cast a Dynavolt tower. I mean, we got a little targeted removal. We got a couple murders. We also have Kingpins. What's our opponent gonna do? They're gonna sideboard out all their removal. Then we bring in our Contraband Kingpins, and then we just win. That's exactly how we drew it up. Actually, we could just Dynavolt Tower for the win. The thing is, this deck just literally has no way to remove a tower or a Summonings once it resolves. So if we actually stick something like that, we should be heavily favored. So Estuary into Swamp. So ideally we just resolve Dynavolt. What is there, 3 negates in the deck that can deal with it? So Anticipate finds us another Dynavolt. 2 Dynavolts. Whew. Well, there's only 3 negates. We have 2 Dynavolts. Let's try it. Man, we are good at picking when our opponent has negates in their hands. And we don't have any Kingpins. We're in trouble. Watch our opponent resolve a Dynavolt now. Alright, no Dynavolt. We'll be more patient with our second one. No, we're playing a literal mirror match against blue-black Summonings. Unless our opponent has 3 negates in their hand, we should get our second Dynavolt tower down, which should be good-ish. It would have been sweet to have 2. Mike Rel, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. Alright, so Swamp and Dynavolt Tower number 2. Alright, let's negate the negate. Now we give our opponent a window for Metallurgic Summonings. Which, of course, they have. Oh, Eric the Face! Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your resubscription. Yeah, I think this one's over, boys and girls. I think I played a little bit aggressive, I guess I would say, this last game. But I think I'm getting burnt out of these 4-hour games. So I played a little bit aggressive, so I think we're punished for that. Yeah, there's a glimmer. All right. We're gonna call that a league and go crack open our chest. Nastier Nate, welcome back to the Fishbowl with the 2-month resubscription. Oh, all right. Let's head over to our treasure chest land. We only get 1 tonight, but not bad for the grindiest league of all time. Hopefully we have something sweet. Oh, quantity 13. No, quantity 1. Alright, let's see what we have in our treasure chest. So the deck seemed, first off, the deck seemed really sweet. It seemed definitely competitive, but prepare yourself. The matches are long and grindy. They are going to be very close. If you make small mistakes, you're going to be punished. We ended up 3-2. The last game, in all honesty, I think I could have played better, but I think I played somewhat poorly because I don't know if I had a mirror match of that in me after our long streams. And I think that's something to keep in mind if you play this deck. It's going to be grindy long matches, but it seems very good. It's awesome that we had the deck's creator in the stream. Good job, Lord Raven, somehow getting matched up against us in a league in the mirror match and being better at resolving Metallurgic Summonings than we are. Good game, good game. So, all right, let's crack open this chest. Hopefully, it was all worth it with some sweetness. What do we get? Motobug? No rare? Is this our rare? Are you serious? All that 4 hours of grinding hour-long matches for a frenzied fugue. Oh my goodness. Oh, Magic Online. Well, that was fun. Essence Extraction is on flavor at least. We were playing that. I don't even know what this card is. Oh, some energy card draw thing. Okay. And Frenzied Fugu, as Tomer called it in the set review. Frenzied Fugue, new card from Commander. So, oh my goodness. Well, this was an interesting league. Very interesting. I'm not cracking open Kaladesh boosters. That's a very bad plan. Cracking open treasure chests is already a bad plan, but I still do it because it's fun. Anyway, I think that's gonna wrap it up for tonight with our long grindy league. But the deck was super sweet. So anyway, don't forget MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube, where you can check out this stream in the future, all the old streams, and of course the merch page where you can not only get deck boxes, but also sleeves now in stock. So if you want to pick up some of those, that would be awesome of you. It's a great way to support the channel, support the Twitch stream, support the site. So if you want to be fashionable, pick up some of those. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for tonight. We got Against the Odds coming out tomorrow. Niv Mizzet infinite combos, Niv Infinite in Modern. Tonight there is a Playing Pauper coming up, so that should be coming out momentarily with Jake. So, excuse me. And then tomorrow Against the Odds, and then Thursday, of course, we are right back here doing it all again. Hanging out for another stream, probably playing Modern of some kind, but I'm not exactly sure what. So you all are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a ton of fun. Keep an eye on the site over the next few days, and I will be back Thursday for another one. Hopefully you will all be back too. So the next Commander Clash goes up on Friday nights / Saturday mornings, depending on when Tomer gets them uploaded. So Friday night, though, is the usual day. Anyway, you all are awesome. Thank you so much for being so cool. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and I will talk to you soon.